I got the mascot, by the way. He was just insisting on getting on my lap. Oscar.
Oh,
Say hi, Oscar.
hi, Oski.
Hi, everyone.
So we're going to be listening to what has been known as Sheena Bora murder tapes, which are recorded calls between Rahul, Peter Mukherjee, and Indrani Mukerjea. So Rahul is Peter's son. He was also the person dating Sheena Bora. They were engaged. And these calls happened right after Sheena disappeared. And these recordings take place over a period of 2 weeks. So that's what we're going to be listening to today.
So this is right after, like not long after Sheena's disappeared, right? And
Correct.
this is
Yes.
our official record. Okay, so why do we have these recordings?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who recorded these tapes, quote unquote?
Yeah, so Rahul made these recordings. They're about 3.5 hours long. And it seems like he started recording pretty much right away after Sheena disappeared, which, like you said, begs the question why.
So these are, just so that we're clear, these are recordings from his cell phone. And we have multiple calls here, right? It's not one
Mhm.
call that's over 3.5 hours long. It's
No.
several calls over the period of 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. So we have Rahul and we have Peter Mukherjea, which we've said, and Indrani. Rahul's in one place.
Yeah, he's in Bombay, it seems.
Okay. And what about are Peter and Indrani and they're in the same place, right?
Yeah, they're in Goa. Yeah, it's like a beach town. It's a couple of hours away from Bombay. About 45 minutes flying time and 8 hours driving time.
Right. It's kind of like a resort area. It's where people go to kind of chill out. It's
Yes.
kind of an international party spot, I guess. Would
Mhm.
is that fair?
Yes, it's like a
It's
Miami.
right, or of like an Ibiza type
Yes.
thing where a lot of people gather to holiday.
Hmm.
Um, so uh, we don't know, right, whether or not they have a home there or they're just visiting out there. Is that
Right.
kind of where we're at? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks for clarifying it for us all. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump in here and start the first call.
Take it away.
I'd love to. Here we go.
Okay.
More to say, nothing more to say, nothing more to, add to this. All I'm saying to you,
So as far as
that's all I'm saying to you.
as far as
Okay, so who's the first voice there?
That is Peter
Uh,
Mukherjee,
okay.
Rahul's
So
father.
Rahul's father. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And Rahul is the next voice we hear, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna now continue.
Okay.
All I'm saying to you,
as far as you're concerned, what has happened?
what?
As far as you're concerned, what is it? Tell me again. Just clarify it.
No, what are you saying, actually? Is it, as far as I'm concerned, what?
Yeah. What has happened? What has happened to Sheena?
As far as I'm concerned, what has happened to Sheena is that she has gone of her own accord somewhere and she doesn't want to be in touch with anybody right now.
Right.
That is my understanding.
Okay.
Now, whether
So right off the bat here, we've got Peter saying that he thinks that Sheena has gone off on her own accord,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's his understanding. Yes.
Okay. And there's an expression there that I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
You want me to read your mind?
Well, I'm just saying that I think it's interesting. He says, "What is it?" How does
On
he
his
say that?
own, on her own accord.
Yeah, no, not that. When Rahul, what do you think it? What do you think it is? what do you think it is? Or
Oh,
huh?
Rahul's question.
Yeah.
What do you think
Should,
happened to
should,
Sheena?
right.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
Okay.
Whether you think she's completely out of character or what, I have no way to believe whether it is out of character or not, because I don't know her as such. I don't know what her character is.
I do. Her friends do.
Yeah, you do. Fine. No, you do. It's she's out of character from your point of view. Fair enough. You have your understanding of the situation. And I'm telling you my understanding, right? Whatever the situation, whatever the understanding I have. After that, what more can I say to you?
Did he just say that he doesn't know her character?
Yeah.
You want to help us out there?
Where do I start? He
I mean, isn't this her basically? Well, I guess it was presented that it's supposed to be his sister-in-law, right?
Mhm.
And that's quite interesting. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a little confused by that.
Yeah, me too. It sounds like he's talking about a stranger that Rahul met outside of the family that Peter
Yeah,
had
right?
absolutely no knowledge of.
Yeah, right?
Instead of Indrani's sister or daughter, like some close family relationship.
I mean, that's a little weird, right?
Yeah, extremely weird.
I'm
Extremely
thinking
weird.
like he doesn't it's like what that that is kind of shocking. Like I mean, I have a sister-in-law. I know
Uh-huh.
something of her character.
Right.
So I'm a little confused. Maybe later on you'll be able to fill us in on a little bit more on that. Okay. Shall we keep going? Sorry, I didn't mean to stop.
No,
I thought that was the weirdest thing ever.
that's gonna happen a lot. So
Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Kicking it in.
okay.
To you, I have nothing more to add. My suggestion to you, and agree on your suggestion, advice to you, guidance, right, is to say, listen, if that is what it is, leave her alone. She'll come back when she wants to come back. If she hasn't been in touch with anybody and she's gone off and wants to be in hiding, she wants to go off with somebody. Maybe she's gone off with somebody. Maybe there's somebody who's an imaginary person. I don't know. I don't. Whatever it is, that is her lookout, right? Her choice in the matter. So you, fine. You've got, as I said, you've got bigger fish to fry. You've got other things to do. Wait till the time is right, and she will either come back to you or she will not come back to you. That's it. Now you can go turning the whole world upside down. Go right around finding out, who, where, what, this, that. And you might find some clues, and you might find Sheena. Fine, good. You might. What?
Did he just say you might find some clues?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, she might be hiding. She might have run off with someone. Okay.
Yeah. Imaginary. By the way, there's an imaginary. Imaginary.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did say that. I was wondering, did I just hear that correctly? That there's an imaginary person she might have run off with?
Right. And
Like,
I love the
yeah, go ahead.
possibility where he says, you'll either find her or you won't. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, obviously,
Okay.
it's one of the
Like,
two.
it's one of the two.
Like-
50-50 chance, son.
Right.
You'll either find her and you won't.
Or you would. Love that.
That's really weird, right? Like, you'll either find her or you won't. Does Peter think that his son doesn't know that? Like, I don't really get that. Like, I mean, it's like, is this supposed to be some like haiku Zen response? You'll either find her or you won't? How bizarre. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. Remember to, pause me if you hear anything you want to talk about.
I
So
just
far,
wanted to
this is
say-
really interesting. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that sounded like nervous talk to me. It's like just talking and you're nervous and you're just saying
On
things.
Peter's part?
Yeah. But
I
anyway.
mean, it kind of smacks of somebody who wants to get you off the phone.
Yes.
Or who's fed up. Or I don't know what.
Right.
Like, obviously, when does this this call takes place like what, a few days?
Yeah, a few days after her disappearance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think that Rahul has been like calling them a million times and they're on vacation or something, or it's just kind of weird, right?
It's weird.
Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, why is he like, does he have a party to go to? Like, why is he trying to get off the phone?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
think,
that's what that is.
right. Yeah, I don't want to speculate
Yeah,
just
maybe we
yet.
should just keep going.
Yeah. We will
Okay,
leave.
hang on.
Yeah.
All right, okay, we'll speculate all we want later. Let's just
Yes.
get back into this.
Okay.
And then what happens after that? You will be, but then you will be satisfied that she's okay.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. Now after you've done your search and this and you don't find her because she's covered her trails nicely, then what happens? You're still, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, 1 week later, whatever period of time later, everybody's done all the homework and they still haven't been able to find her for whatever reason, where she's gone or what she's at. What happens?
But
where did it lead to?
You see, Indrani was the last person to see her. Okay.
So she's the last person. So Indrani will say, listen, I dropped her outside Amritsar, which is what she wanted to know.
Correct.
And then who's the last person she contacted after that? She sent you a message.
Whoa. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was really interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that's Indrani in the back?
Mm-hmm. Giving her
Okay.
2 bits. As
Giving her
always.
yeah.
Chiming
Wow.
in. Yeah.
Chiming in.
Yeah.
But did you hear that he says I'm afraid the mascot may go into a barking fit here to add. Even Oscar realizes that there's something really funny about what just went down.
Yay. Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
the
it's
episode
like
isn't-
it's like he says, and so Rahul says that Indrani was the last person to is that his words, that he was the last person to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And then do you hear what he says? He actually says that, well, Indrani's going to say that, she last dropped her off
Right.
at Arma Sons.
My sons.
And
Yeah.
hey, why we're on the Arma Sons thing? Why
Yeah.
don't you've got a picture up, right? Like,
Yep. I have many.
let's show everybody, for those people who can see.
So this is Amar Sons.
Okay. So this is the place that he just said that Indrani dropped her off at? Is that what he said? Okay.
I have another picture. Oops, what did I do? I did something. Okay, let me share this one. I think this might also give a sense of yeah. This is Amar
Let's see what
Sons.
you got.
This is like the street.
Oh, right. This is a great street pic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone, for those who can see rather than those who are listening,
Mhm.
this is a very populated and, I mean, well-trafficked road.
Yes.
And can you use your mouse just to point
Yeah.
out, like, okay, and this isn't really, if I recall, like, see where that car is parked? That is a
Mhm.
set of spots that you can
Yes.
park vehicles. I think there are like 7 or 8 of them or something like that.
Yeah, there's a few.
But it's not necessarily easy. I mean, those are usually filled most of the
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Particularly at night, I would say, because this is Bandra. This is a very well populated area and a very popular nightlife spot.
Yes.
And I mean, they were meeting at night, when they were picking each other. And my understanding is, I will have to go over the timeline, but I know it was nighttime, and it's like between like 6:37, somewhere in there, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, you and I both know that no matter what, this area is chock full of cars. Typically, this is an unusual photograph, wouldn't you say? For the lack of traffic.
Yeah, this is more like COVID time.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, usually this whole place here is absolutely bustling.
Yep.
Now, Armisons. What would you say about Armisons?
It's really famous. It's a landmark. It I mean, you'd want to go there if you have obviously like real purpose. You want to buy wedding clothes, Indian clothes, but it's a very famous landmark in Bandra.
Well, it's the Indian version of a department store, is how I'd put it.
Yeah.
So it's got all different kinds of things in there, but it is
Mhm.
very popular for saris, which is what Indrani says that Sheena. I think she says she buys one, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, but this is usually like filled with people in cars and everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is okay. So that's where Peter. This is the place that Peter is referring to. Do you have that other picture with the storefront?
Yeah, I do. I also want to say
Yeah.
that it's not it's not really odd. I know there's no compound outside of Amarsan, so it's not really, it doesn't look like you're being dropped off somewhere specific, but it's not odd to be dropped off there because it is such a famous landmark, and
Right.
uh, you have ease of access to other places
So
around. So it's
right
not
now we're looking at like a Google search. Let me
Oh,
see.
really?
Yeah. I think I might have a picture.
Uh, let's see.
Yeah.
It's this one right here. Maybe it shows up, but of course it won't when we need it to.
Of
Yeah, it's
course
good.
not.
Everything but a picture. Great.
I guess the point that I would just want to mention that about this, you know, like I'm just imagining this scenario. This is so busy
Yeah.
that people are coming and going. It's not like a place where I would say that there are so many people around there, and if people are getting dropped, like nobody's noticing anything. You know what I mean? It's just so
Yeah.
jam packed. So you have to kind of, yeah, there's the kind of like window shopping. Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah.
a great shot, and that would be how it would have been probably.
Right. At
Something
nighttime.
along this line. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's just helpful, don't you, when you can get to see a place? I mean, for
Yeah.
me, I'm always like curious,
Yes.
but so this is what's being referred to. But did you notice how, did you hear Indrani in the background there? What she
No.
said
Yep.
after that? What did she say? I'm just wondering if anybody else caught it.
I thought she said, so when Rahul asked, Indrani was the last person to see Sheena, and then
Mm.
uh like I think there was talk about who Sheena would have talked to, and then she says, yeah, Rahul. She talked with Rahul after that.
Right. Like, hello.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really interesting. She sure. Okay, I'm being a little bit maybe skeptical, or I don't suspicious, but I
Yeah.
would tell you that it's really interesting that there seems to be like a little power struggle there, doesn't it? Like he's
Mhm.
saying she was the last one,
Yeah.
and she comes right back with, "Nah, you
No.
were the last one."
Right.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. It's
Yeah.
getting interesting.
It is
All right.
already. Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Okay, expert. Hang on. We're going to catch up with you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I'm really clicking on your screen, which is so hilarious. Like I'm
Yeah.
clicking.
Yeah.
And she sent Indrani a message also.
Okay.
Oh boy, a little comeback.
Late night on that night.
Hmm.
So
So
She sent me a message in the morning as well, actually. She sent me a message in the morning, and then 45 minutes after that, the messages were all very different. So, anyway. So something happened within that 45-minute time span, right, in the morning. So that message she sent, which says XX at the end of the message, which is, basically a normal message from her. And something happened 45 minutes after that. I got a message which was completely different and kind of a bit weird. So
In this, he's talking about the next day, or
yeah.
is he talking about that evening that the messages sounded different? I'm a little confused.
I thought he was talking about the next morning where there
Okay.
was a 45-minute period before and after where her messages after were weird, but before
Right.
was still like her.
And so what I'm taking away from that is like the XX is I mean, just from that, I'm thinking that the
Yeah.
messages didn't contain the XX. Do you think
Yeah,
that's
I
why
think
he's saying they're weird?
yeah, probably. Or like, if someone usually uses abbreviations and they talk in a casual manner versus in a more formal manner when they text. So I think the
Right. It could
tone
be
would have
anything, right?
yeah,
But I mean,
yeah,
he made a point of saying XX, so I was like, okay.
right. Oh yeah, could be. Yeah, could be.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure it's both. I
right.
mean
Yeah,
people know, right? Like people
yeah,
do know when they're getting messages that don't seem similar.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I would put a lot of stock in that as someone listening to
Mm-hmm.
pretty much anyone
Yes,
that, I mean, within reason, if you know what I'm saying. But
yes.
I'm just saying if people say that, like I had a friend and they said that, that would make me pause.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We'll see. See what it is.
I don't know. Are you coming to Goa or what?
No, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, when you're sure, you decide what you want to do. When you come to Goa, you tell me you're coming. You want to come. You want me to get a ticket organized for you. I'll do that. You come here. Come and meet everybody. Come and talk. Explain what you have to say. Whatever you want to say. No issues.
I got to just ask you something.
Uh-huh.
Let's say you're engaged,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And I mean, if you were in this position, right? Let's say you're, God forbid, you're not able to, you're not hearing from your fiance.
yeah,
Are you gonna like, leave town?
yeah. No. I, I've
I'm
I've
just
been losing
wondering.
my mind.
I'm just wondering because I'm sitting here going, did he just say
Yeah,
like I'm like thinking I'm gonna be home as much as possible
yeah,
or near my phone. Like I am not gonna want to. I would be searching the city I'm in
right.
if that's where they were last. I'm not thinking that I would want to go. It just occurred to me. Sorry, I know I keep stopping us.
No, you're fine. That's actually a good point. It almost sounds insensitive and also like he just switched
Right?
the topic. Yeah,
Like
he just switched the topic when they were talking about how
totally.
he
I
just
wasn't. I wanted to stop it again, but I thought, this is too much.
yeah, no, I get it. But he just changed the topic when Rahul is saying that the message after 45 minutes was weird. He pauses and then it's like, okay, come to Goa, hang out. It's like, really, hang out when my fiance is missing for days and it's unlike her?
I mean, and didn't he say something like covering her trail?
Yeah, yes.
Like what? I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm already thinking Freudian slip.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
Yeah,
that is so crazy. Like,
yeah.
what?
Who's really
I mean, I
covering?
just think it's like, come over and party and forget all about it. I mean, anybody
Yeah.
who knows anything about Goa, it's like it's almost like yeah, I'm shaking my head over here. You can't see it right now, but it's definitely SMH. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. Here we go.
No.
Uh, you know,
We
and
just need to hear.
let everybody, whoever you meet here, whoever you talk to, let them tell you what their view is. You decide what you want to do after that. Now, you're a grown man. You can do whatever, Rahul.
Yeah. Just like you, Pop.
You don't need my advice or anybody's advice to do whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, did I hear what I think I heard there? So are you, Pop. He says, you're a grown man. So are you, Pop.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So are you. What do you think that would mean? So are you. It's the tone of voice he said it in. You got any thoughts about that?
Hmm.
Why is
Oh,
he
oh
saying
yeah.
that?
It's, I
Any
guess, I mean,
thoughts?
the only thing I can think of is like, don't get so influenced by Indrani. Like, have your own thoughts too. Like, don't get so
That's
swayed.
what I'm thinking.
Hey, I read your
So
mind.
are you. You're doing it again. What can I say? I mean, he said it so like he just slipped that in there. Like
Plainly.
I'm getting a picture of Rahul here that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see where we get. Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and do what you have to do now. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. You want to do that, spend your time and money doing that, go ahead.
Doing what?
Not a problem. Doing whatever you want to do. Whether you want to come to Goa, you don't want to come to Goa, you want to stay in Bombay, you want to sit in, and go to Dehradun, you want to go back to England, you decide what you want to do next.
All I want to do is hear from Sheena. That's it.
Hello?
Oh,
We got disconnected.
okay. It sounds like we just to jump in here, it sounds like they got disconnected or something. So this
Yes.
is another call.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if it's right after or not.
Yeah.
So I was saying, you decide. You want to come with us to England? Please come with us to England. A few days, come and,
Hey, do you think that was purposeful?
I didn't want to say anything.
You wanted us to discover it for ourselves?
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me not, let me be a little more objective, I guess. So as much as
Well,
I
I
want to
mean,
give them
I don't know what the phone coverage is like in Goa, honestly, because I didn't go there often. But I would expect that there are parts of Goa where maybe, reception. Okay, I'm just giving benefit of the doubt, okay? You don't have to have that
Yeah.
hefty long silence after I said that.
No,
Okay, so we don't really know, right? You don't know. Like
we
you're
don't
not thinking,
know. We don't know.
okay,
But that's not my
so
experience of a call cutting in and out. Like there's like silence
okay.
and oops, okay, it
See,
drops.
you're
Anyway.
kind of like letting us discover everything here. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Spend some time trying to do some thinking, whatever. No issues. You come to Goa, you want to come to Goa, come. I'm more concerned about that right now. I'm not concerned about all this other thing because that will sort itself out in time.
Where Sheena is, Sheena's disappearance. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. There's nothing I need to clear my head. There's nothing I need to think about except for finding out.
Excuse me.
Papa, listen, it's not just me, okay? It's not just me. All of her friends, right? Her Facebook, her internet, her work. People from her work have come home looking for her, saying that she is very conscientious at work. She's never missed a day in 3 years. She's never missed a day without informing. Now she's been gone for more than 2-3 days, and she hasn't informed anyone. This is why it's out of character. Can you hear what I'm saying and take it in?
I am hearing what you're saying. If our work people feel that, then that's absolutely fine. Let them go and let them inform whoever that she's not come to work. They've come looking for her at her home address, which is the right thing for them to do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If she's not been active on Facebook or on her BBM, I don't know if she has BlackBerry or whatever, but she's not been active on any of those internet things, then she has to be either it is intentional that she's not doing so, and she's just kind of
she was supposed to collect a BlackBerry and a dongle from your ex-head of security. What was his name?
She was supposed to collect a BlackBerry dongle from the office.
She was
Ex-head of security.
Yeah.
Okay. So, seriously connected guy we got here.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plot's thickening, I would say. I mean, isn't it weird that he's like saying, they're looking for her. The work is looking for her.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that a little weird?
That I did think was weird because for them to show up at her place of residence already is
Oh, did they
a
show
bit
up at the
strange.
residence? Okay.
Didn't he say that they've showed up at her home, and then Peter says like, yeah, they can do whatever they want to do. If they want to show up at her home, then they should do that.
That's the right thing to do.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting perspective, I
Right.
would say. Like
We were like so
it's like on the shoulders of the workplace to
work
find
people.
Sheena.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bizarre.
But
So bizarre.
to me it sounds like how a frustrated parent, like you said, like he might just be annoyed, might talk to somebody who's going through a breakup, not somebody who's trying to find their disappeared fiance. Like that, this is not, the gravity of the situation doesn't seem to be um recognized by Peter.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
To say the least. Yeah.
I'm hoping that we get some answers going forward here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Let's see.
She's supposed to collect one apparently. After she met Indrani the first time, she was saying that she's going to organize a BlackBerry for her. I think she had a couple of messages back and forth from this chap. What was his name? I can't remember. Sachin or Sohail or something, or someone like that. You know?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi,
It's a very bad line. I don't know why.
I was asking. I know because
It dropped again.
That was kind of
Okay.
more like it though. I thought I heard Peter's voice cut out a little bit and then it dropped. But
Yeah, it kind of warbled.
Yeah.
Can you hear the fan in the background? I can hear the fan.
Your
You know, it makes it no, there in Goa. Peter and Indrani says that tick 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 tick
Oh,
that
yeah.
maybe people are picking up
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. The
So
audio is pretty bad.
yeah, I hope people stick with us here. I mean,
Yeah.
we have nothing to do with the quality of the recordings.
Yeah.
FYI. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
because we were in the. There was a bad patch,
Okay.
on the drive back home from Gautam Uncle's house. We were driving back to our own place.
Oh, okay. Exactly.
That's why it was all bouncing around this way, the signal and everything. And now, what Indrani is saying is that Sheena had told her that there is a person by the name of her boss or something, by the name of Mr. Mukerjea at work.
Yeah. Correct.
Right? And
Oh my God, another Mukerjea. Here we go. Just, as if this thing isn't confusing enough already. Let's just add somebody with the same last surname to the mix.
Yeah.
Sheena's surrounded. That's an interesting karmic issue there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And that she was going to inform him of her decision to resign or whatever. Okay? Now, I don't know whether she has done that or not.
No, she obviously hasn't.
Or whether, obviously hasn't. But if you wanted to give him a call and ask him if Sheena has made any contact or resigned.
Papa, they've come to me. It's not me. They've come here looking for her. She obviously hasn't.
No, I know.
Am I going to phone him and ask him suddenly? She obviously hasn't informed her boss because they're looking for her.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. No, so I mean, I'm just telling you what Indrani said. This is the guy who she used his name and said, "This is the person I will be resigning to. This is the person who I will be giving my letter of resignation." But obviously, if she's not done that,
that's not something she mentioned to me. She was on board. She was on the way to getting promoted. She's got a placement in Oxford for January. Listen. I'm telling you what she told me now. Okay.
What she told you?
Yeah, what she told me. I'll tell you that. She had a place.
Shall I put you on a speakerphone?
No. Why? Where's the
No,
need?
only because then Indrani can hear it also. And I'm then not having to repeat it, the same thing over to Indrani, right?
Okay.
About this part about her, her work-related thing. Just like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting interesting.
Yeah.
Hello?
Rahul, we can hear you. Tell me.
Now, what Sheena had actually told me with regard to all of this is that she's got a place in Oxford Brookes, but it's not until January.
Correct.
And she told me that you, Indrani, had suggested to her, look around elsewhere, look at other different universities also, because there are better places to go to.
Right.
Yeah, and at work, as far as I know, she's doing very, very well. She's on
Where is Oxford Brookes?
I was
Is that
just
in the UK or
Yeah, it is.
okay?
It's a public university in Oxford, England.
Okay.
Hmm. Interesting.
I'm a little confused, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like she's got a place there. So, okay. Okay. I was just wanting to make sure. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
on her way to getting a promotion. She got rated excellent recently. There's no reason why she would suddenly drop her job and disappear without informing anybody. It's just completely.
That's what I want to ask. Because what last time she had told me, Rahul. Now that's exactly what I was telling Peter. I said if she's not informed anybody at work also, then it is a bit concerning. Because what she had told me that I don't know if there is anybody by the name of Mr. Mukerjea. Is there anybody by the name of Mr. Mukerjea at work? Yeah, so she said, so I think you should probably check with him. I don't know that she said that I'm going to inform him that, I'm not going to be coming into work or whatever. I will let him know. Tomorrow I'll let him know. So that was what her conversation with me was. So beyond that, I don't know. Now you might want to just check if at all she has informed him, not informed him. See, if she's not informed him at all, then it's a bit of a, then we can look at, whatever we want to do, whether we want to kind of inform or let it be or whatever, that we can take a call. Okay, but if she's informed,
we can't inform. Who can we inform on behalf of her? We cannot inform her boss of anything.
No, not inform.
You cannot inform
not
her boss of
inform.
anything.
No, Rahul, that's not what I'm saying. I want you to check whether she has informed Mr. Mukerjea or whatever this person's name is, who her boss is, whether she has contacted him, communicated, she's coming to work, not coming to work, whatever, just check that. That is because now we are I am concerned. Okay, that's why I'm asking you to check. I don't know who this Mr. Mukerjea is. Okay, I don't even know whether there's a Mr. Mukerjea who exists there. Now you are saying there is a Mr. Mukerjea. So if there is a Mr. Mukerjea, so you just check, no?
Yeah, I mean, that's what. Look, Indrani, if she had informed her boss at work, then he would surely not have sent people looking for her, no?
No, just check, no? Rahul, why don't you just check once? Still, you have not spoken to him. You don't know, no? Who is the person who came? Was it Mr. Mukerjea who came?
She took one day off, okay?
Sorry, she took one day off. Did she ask for...
She took one day off, and then she hasn't returned after that.
When?
That's what the people from Reliance have just told me when they were here.
Oh, she did take... so whom did she inform? She took a day off.
She took one day off. She took one day off.
When?
Just in the past few days. No, I'm not exactly sure which day it was, but she took one day off, and since then she hasn't returned to work. And it's been 3 or 4 days now, so obviously they're concerned.
So can you find out who this Mr. Mukerjea is so that we can also contact and find out? If you can find out...
Okay, so if I recollect this correctly, I think that she meaning Sheena, disappeared on a Tuesday.
I can check. I think it was April 24th of 2000.
Yeah, I think it was the 24th and
yeah,
of 2012. And
yeah.
I think I had looked that up once, and it's a Tuesday.
Yes.
So we don't yet understand what date this phone call is.
No.
So Rahul is saying that she took a day off. So we don't know whether that was the next day.
Right.
Or what. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I
checking.
also love, by the way, it's like Indrani's like, I'm very concerned, but you check. I'm very concerned, but you check.
I know.
I'll delegate this to you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And she doesn't seem to be getting the point that people have been sent home. And I'm imagining that really only a boss could do that. Send people.
Yeah.
Yeah, go find out where she is.
She either doesn't or doesn't want to.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting that, I mean, I think it's really something if a workplace. Now, we both, obviously, you're from India originally. I lived there.
Yeah.
I mean, just for a second here, if you don't mind me holding up the show again,
No?
I'm thinking like it is not common that I ever heard about. I mean, you'd have a
No.
better. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a single time, even when people did bunk work and
Yeah.
didn't inform, where the workplace sent anyone home.
Yeah.
I find that really unusual that they took that step. I mean, that does say something. Um,
Yeah. I love
what
that
it
you
says
use.
exactly, I don't know yet, but
Yeah.
that's unusual.
Yes. I love that you use the word bunk, which is what we call people doing bunking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's the Indian
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think that if you don't show up to work, they'll try you for a couple of days on your phone over email, and it might take a couple of weeks for them to show up at your house and go like, "Where are you?" So it is interesting that it escalates pretty quickly. That her work people are already showing up at her home within a couple of days of her disappearance.
So, do you think that they've ever sent anybody home?
Hmm.
Like, I mean, okay, so he did say this, and I was wondering if people would follow this, but Reliance is the name of the company that Sheena works for.
Yes.
Um, so, and it is a very big multinational company, but that's why I'm finding it even more shocking that there's. So it says something about their own alarm, because I just can't think of a single person that I have known who. But I just have not heard this before, that a workplace would send somebody home to check on someone. Now,
Right.
is that, do you think, because I mean, it makes me wonder what the workplace knows about Sheena's
Hmm.
life. You know, like,
Yeah.
are do they think she's a single woman who, is in Mumbai? Like, they obviously must know that she's from, up north. Um,
Yeah, because she's also going to be a junior employee. And part of me was thinking, like, why would there be such an urgency? So maybe they also know that
yeah, that's the other
Sheena's,
thing. Yeah,
yeah, they might know that Sheena's connected to the Mukherjee, like Peter and Indrani Mukherjee, and that's why they're raising the alarms so quickly.
right.
Like maybe they
So, like,
know,
VIP treatment?
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Because why would they
It's
do that with a
potentially.
junior employee who they can easily replace?
Yeah, I mean, in short, there seems to be a lot of confusion.
Yes.
Um, and they seem very alert.
Yeah.
Um, so that's very interesting. Um, okay. So, I mean, what is really interesting is, I think what she's like, "Just go check," and it's like, why does he have to go check? They came to his house,
Right.
what's there to check?
Yeah.
What's there to check? But she's insisting on this.
Wild
So,
goose chase.
she wants him to check whether or not Sheena took a day off or not,
Or that she
correct?
resigned or not. I
Well, but the resigning thing is something they're introducing.
Yeah,
Like
yes.
like, it's very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm just, noticing that who said anything about resignation? Like, why are
Right.
these people thinking she's gonna resign? And
Yeah.
I think, don't you think Rahul makes a great point? Like, if she's expecting a promotion,
Yeah.
and he's saying that she doesn't have, like, another living space lined up,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm assuming that's why he's bringing up this place
Yes.
in what was it again? I
Oxford.
can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's really puzzling for sure. So
Yeah.
it's like they're both sounding very similar to me, though, Peter and Andrani.
Yeah.
Like, they seem to be having a similar attitude towards the situation. I wouldn't say necessarily exact, but so far it sounds like they are like a wall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Okay.
Indrani, you can do that also. You guys know more people than
Good
I
for
know.
you, Rahul.
You guys know all of this.
Do you know Mr. Mukerjea? Do you know Mr. Mukerjea at all? Who he is, whatever? Do you know him?
Yeah, I know of him. Give him
a call. Let Peter give him a call. Find out that has she informed, has she not informed, whatever. We can do that. No, so that it gives all of us. If we know that if she's informed him, then we know that she's okay. Resigned and left. Okay. Otherwise, if she's not informed him, that is all I want to know.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think she has, because that's what they've come around here for, to find out where she is.
Yeah. Who's the guy that came? Huh?
When? Just now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They were two Reliance people.
Yeah, but did they give you a card, or did
they did. They had their Reliance IDs, but I don't remember their names.
So
wonder about that one.
So you don't know who they are. I mean, they've not left a name, number, nothing.
Well, no, they said we'll be in touch. They said if we can't locate her, we'll have to talk to the police and we'll be in touch. That's all they said.
Yeah, but they don't have. I mean, if she suddenly arrives and you have to get in touch with them, you don't know who to contact, right?
If what?
What I'm saying, if she suddenly appears and you have to let the Reliance people know that. Do you
remember a year ago or a while ago, you asked me a question standing outside Marlowe, I think it was. You said, what would happen? How would you feel? What would happen if Sheena just disappeared one day? Do you remember asking me that? You remember asking me that question?
I don't remember, but yeah, I could well have done, yes. No,
it's very strange. Right?
What if she suddenly...
Oh, the plot thickens.
It really does. Oh.
And Marlowe House is their home, right?
The home in Worli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The expensive real estate.
Yeah, we talked about that in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would happen? Okay, so maybe he's just talking about, like, what if she breaks up with you? It's a really odd thing.
That is very different from saying what if she
very weird.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe Indrani was thinking of shipping her back to Guwahati?
How do you use the word disappear? Like, that's such a strong word. Like, how do you use the word disappear? I can't.
See, I'm trying very hard here to not jump.
Sorry, I'm not helping.
Conclusions.
No, I'm with you.
I mean, it is a very. I really wonder what Rahul thought.
I think
it really is confusing. Like, I really, seriously, evidence is everything. But that's a very odd thing.
Yeah, I obviously want to stay objective too and give them the benefit of the doubt. But I think if I were concerned about my kid and I wanted to make sure that they don't lose it if the person they are with leaves, I would be like, okay, what would you do if they leave? Or what would you do if they break up with you? Like, how I wouldn't say what would you do if they disappear? Or I would say what would you do if they disappear on you? I wouldn't say disappear, period. Like, that's just a strong word to use.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate. What if Rahul hadn't, I mean, what if Peter had actually said that, but now that Rahul is in this position, he's, of course, I mean, anybody who's engaged to someone, you are running through the options, and one of them is that she decided that the relationship wasn't for her. I mean, you can't exclude that. I mean, it's a little,
Yeah.
some people do kind of disappear when, they don't tell you that you're broken up, right? Some people do just kind of disappear. But, in quotes, by the way, people,
Right.
quote unquote disappear.
Yeah.
It is really intriguing. So it's like you almost get the image from that, just that short exchange that Rahul has been racking his brains.
Yeah.
Like, this guy has been going, you can just kind of now get the sense that he has been going through every conversation
Yeah.
through, and picking it apart and trying to rearrange the pieces, for it to get some kind of picture about what is what,
Right. Yeah.
and, it's hard not to feel like he's our voice. Like, how would we be responding to the situation?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're really like in this phone call or these series here. I mean, you're starting to feel like, I feel like almost anybody listening to this would start feeling like they're with Rahul,
Right.
and we're like, he's speaking our voice,
Hmm.
like, you want him to get in there and fight, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. And he's asking all the right questions, saying all the right things. Like,
Well, he seems to be, understanding the situation.
yeah,
Whereas these guys, they
they're
just don't.
minimizing.
Well, it's like, are you just not comprehending? Or,
Don't want to.
it makes me wonder what's going on in the family in general at this point. And
Yeah.
I think, we'll be able to I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to kind of fill in the pieces, like, but I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. Extremely.
Hmm.
Mm,
Definitely, that is like a soundbite almost,
yeah.
That's like a very memorable moment in this whole conversation. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Shall I go on?
Yes, please.
He disappears in the sense that what if she suddenly decides to, carry on, right? My question to you is something different. My question to you is, where is, who is known, if you know this Mr. Mukerjea, or if you've ever spoken to him,
I don't.
or if you've spoken to anybody at her workplace.
I don't
Oh my
know.
God.
No, but have you spoken to anybody at her workplace? Anybody?
Yeah, they've just turned up at home, haven't they?
Darling, I know you saying that, but who are they? Who is they? Is there a name that I can call?
No, not really. They're going to do their own investigations and they'll probably be in touch with you, I would have thought, if they can't locate her.
So you don't have a name of the person who came?
No, I forgot to take the name. I just told you.
Mm.
I'm in a bit of a state myself, actually, with worry and whatnot. So I didn't take their name. They took my number, they took my name, and they took some other personal details of Sheena's sort of family members and whatnot. And they said that they're looking, they'll try and locate her. And if they can't, they'll do what they have to do. They'll inform the police, and then it'll go from there.
Right. Fair enough. I guess we'll then, if they're going to do that, we'll find out. No? They'll be able to locate her somewhere.
Yeah, I hope so. God, I hope so.
No, that's what I'm saying. So if the Reliance guys are working on it, then that's fine. It's a good thing. If they can't find her, if they can find her, they'll tell you. I mean, the point is, you need to know where Sheena is, right? Or is she
I don't need to know where she is, okay? I need to know that she is okay. I need to know that she's safe. That's it.
Know that yeah, fair enough. Understand. So,
From her.
From that she's okay, and you need to know that she's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Reliance, I'm just trying to process this in my head. Is that if the Reliance guys have come because she's not shown up at work, then clearly the reading in my head is that she's not resigned from work. Okay, she's not sent in letter.
Yeah.
She has not informed them, and she's just not showed up at work.
This is so odd. Like, why are they on this thing about resigning? It's just so weird.
I I don't want to say anything.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like going in circles.
Yeah,
The whole thing is like just going in circles. It's like, yeah, Mukerjea, you know who he is? No, I don't really know who he is. Well, anyway, we don't
yeah,
care about your answer there. You call him,
right.
and find out if she's taken the day off. But by the way, see if she's also resigned.
Yeah,
What do they know?
pushing a narrative.
Or it's like, do they know that, like, has Sheena said, okay, I'm done with this guy, and they're, you know, trying to protect her? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just odd. Like, it's almost as if to me, it's sounding like it's as if Peter already knows that Sheena is wiping her hands of, Rahul. It's at the very least, right? It seems as if these two know something that Rahul does not about the situation, right?
Yeah,
At the very minimum. And
definitely.
whatever the rest of it is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Whether there's something afoot here,
Mhm.
or, they're in the dark, but they're in the know.
Yeah,
In other words, that maybe they know nothing about any, like, maybe the only thing they know is that Sheena has indicated her lack of desire to continue her relation with Rahul. But why not then say that? Like, why not say that Sheena has told us that she's done with this relationship? Or, do you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
like, any which way you go with it, they don't make
yeah.
any sense.
No, and it's also like this is it. Is this their version of sparing his feelings if Sheena has dumped him? Like
Exactly.
this is not a parent sparing their child's feelings for a fiance possibly having dumped him. And
Although I have seen people do this, thinking that they are helping the person,
helping.
quote unquote,
Yeah, yeah.
by getting them on, because he even says, I mean, earlier Peter said something, and, figure out what's next. Like, he emphasized the word "what's next,"
Yeah.
next
You have
thing.
bigger fish to
So,
fry.
I mean, if he's if he's trying to hint to Rahul that it's over, like their relationship, like Sheena wants no part of it, it's over. I mean, he's like, at least, I mean, it's like, why, if you're gonna go that far, right?
Yeah.
Why not just say Sheena has told us this? So
Right.
it's
And then
like they have knowledge is the point.
yeah. Yeah. And then why would the resignation matter? Like, why does the resignation matter then? Just keep pushing that narrative. Like, you have bigger fish to fry. Let her be. If she doesn't want to be with you, let her be. Why does the resignation matter?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, in any event,
Right.
like in any event, why does that resignation matter?
Yeah.
Even if she's changing her life and doesn't want to have anything to do with Rahul, what do they care about the resignation for?
Yeah. Why
Like,
is
do
that
they
so?
feel like it's, bad girl? Bad girl, you didn't put in your resignation letter.
Yeah.
That's, like, socially inappropriate. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah. But you
It's
dumped your
weird.
fiance. That's fine. Who's my
That's
son?
okay.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
All that, we like that. We're gonna go with
Yeah.
that.
This is
So
what
it's
a
like,
girl, by the way, who's trying to cover her trails would do. She would resign, do it the right way, and leave
yeah, I
those.
mean, they're literally like, I mean, Peter's like, yeah, she could run off. She could be with a guy, but
Yeah.
she should put in her resignation if she's
Right.
gonna do that. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
what? So
Do the
weird.
right thing by Reliance.
So, I mean, at the very minimum, I think we can both agree that we can understand that they have knowledge that they're working from. They
Yes.
sound like they have knowledge that they're working from.
Yeah.
I think at this point, that's clear.
Yes.
And I'm really surprised that Rahul has any hair left. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say
Me too.
that.
Me too.
All right, this is pretty torturous, but should we carry on? Anything else?
I'm just gonna go bang my head against the wall and then come back.
And come back. Yeah. Let's all take a bang our head against the wall break.
Yeah,
For God's sakes.
seriously.
You know, I, it's like professional stonewalling going on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Let's see what
Okay.
else. Let's poor Rahul. Let's see what he comes up with
Yeah,
to get past these people. Like
yeah,
just penetrate
yeah.
their brains.
Which means that they have got concerned and they have waited another day or two and they've now shown up at her home to say, where is Sheena?
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Correct.
And or they come looking for not where is Sheena, but they come looking for her. She will not come to work or whatever. Now, the thing is that which indicates that she's not been in touch with them.
Yes,
right.
That's what I'm.
And now if they find that now they have not met her just now. If they then pursue their investigation and find out where they go and look for Sheena, it's directly by themselves or with the police's help or whatever, right? Then one will find out where in due course they will find at least something. They will either come back clueless and say she's disappeared, right, without trace, or that
Then do you think you'll care? Then do you think you'll worry maybe? If that's the case?
Yeah, no. If that is the case, then of course I'll worry where she is.
I want to find out who is this Mr. Mukerjea. Now that you're telling me now,
I can call Reliance and speak to Mr. Mukerjea, but I have no number, nothing. I don't have a work number.
Yeah. Well, neither do I.
When in doubt, mention Mr. Mukerjea.
Yeah, seriously. What a change of topic.
Mr. Mukerjea's ears must be burning. Like, what the heck's going on? Every time. I love that he said that thing.
Would you care?
Then will you be concerned?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wanting the answer to that one, baby.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm feeling a little bad about the audio. I mean, it's obviously up,
Yeah, the quality.
Anyway, I hope everyone can hear. All right, let's keep going. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do
Roll
it.
them? Okay.
Yes.
Neither do I. I've never spoken to him, so I don't know.
You just got to say it again.
Did these guys leave a work? Did they leave a business card?
No, they said that. No, they didn't. They didn't. Otherwise, I'd tell you. They just said that they'll get in touch with us.
Anyone at her workplace? Anyone at her workplace? Do you know?
I don't have anybody's number. No.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let me find out. Because she mentioned this name, Mr. Mukerjea, to me. She said she's got some boss called Mr. Mukerjea, whom she's going to inform and design or whatever, So let me just check out who this Mr. Mukerjea is, and Peter and myself will chat, and if she's, informed him, then we know she's fine. No, if she's not informed him, then next step we can decide what we want to do, right?
Yeah, well, we have to find her.
If she has spoken to Mr. Mukerjea or informed him, then Mr. Mukerjea, and we'll find out when, if at all she has done, when she did it, and whether that communication went to these guys who actually came knocking on the door. So they're kind of, being cross-wired or whatever, and they're not.
You have her office phone number.
You have her office phone number. You have office phone number, don't you?
No, I don't. I used to talk to her on her mobile, no?
You talk to her on her mobile,
yeah, and it's all off now, so I don't have her office number and all. Yeah, I can't help in that regard. I don't know.
Right.
Just, we've just got to find her wherever she is and see that she's safe.
Somebody at workplace he knows. No, he doesn't know. I mean, how is it possible?
The people from Reliance came and they said she phoned and she took one day off. Or they didn't say she phoned. They said that she took one day off and she hasn't returned since then. It's been several days and they're very concerned. It's very out of her character. So they've taken some personal numbers and details of her family from me, and they're gonna, sort of start their own investigations.
Rahul inadvertently made a good he made a good point there he corrected himself and he said, well, they didn't say that she phoned. So that's pretty interesting, which is correct, right? I mean, really, anybody could call.
Yes. Yep.
How does that work? in India. Since I was self-employed,
That anybody could call.
I mean, it, isn't it sometimes true that like people will call in for family members, like, oh, so and so is sick, you know, my daughter's sick,
Yeah,
she won't be coming in the office. I mean, and beyond that, is it possible? Is it possible that someone, because it's sounding like Rahul is making the point that, hey, how do we know who?
right.
I mean, he's making the point that who knows if Sheena did that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So how does that work?
I I would say it's really rare to be in a like you if you're someone who's like really young, starting off a new job, have a certain informal atmosphere with in your work team with your boss,
Mhm.
then
Yeah,
your mom or your dad or like someone who's older who's taking care of you might call in for you. But typically it would be you who's calling in or
right.
emailing saying that I can't come in. But if it's a resignation, you definitely
Well,
need to do it yourself.
yeah. I mean, back to the resignation.
Yeah. Because you also want to be treated like an adult. So you want to do your own thing and
Well, right.
communicate with your seniors directly,
Absolutely.
not have your
Y
parents butt in every time. So,
But, I mean, is it possible that she coulda called, like, I mean, Reliance is pretty mammoth. I mean, is it
yeah.
possible that, like, she could okay, let's just say that somebody did call pretending to be Sheena, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Reliance is a big company. Do you
Yeah.
think it's possible that she could like, somebody could have called pretending to be Sheena and nobody would have been the wiser? I'm just curious about this because this seems to be a pretty important point, like,
Yeah.
or potentially an because Rahul has made a point. I mean, it's clear by what he said that in his head, it's like, well, how do I even know that? How do I
Right.
even know that that's true?
Yeah.
Because whether she called, emailed, or whatever.
Right.
So he's questioning it, that means.
Yeah. I think if it's over email, I mean, as counterintuitive as this sounds, but if you're emailing your boss, that
Mhm.
might work. If you're somebody else and doing it, like impersonating somebody and doing it. But if you're on the phone, for a company like Reliance that is big and definitely has an HR department, you would have to go through the HR department to put in that leave application.
Okay,
So
so there'd be an application. So you can't just call in and say, "Hey, I need to take a day off,"
you might be, but it you like there would
depending
still
on,
be
like, the unit or something, like
yeah,
how
you would still
casual. Mhm.
right. Like in a place like Reliance, where you have to keep track of so many employees, you would have some sort of a paper trail that you would create about the leave. If it's a smaller office, it might just be that you call in sick and you're fine. But you would have to make some sort of a record that the person took a day off so that it can reflect in the salary, etc. So it's
Alright, could you do that after the fact? Like, "Yeah, I'll do the paperwork when I get there."
yeah, uh,
Less likely? Let me
less
ask you
likely.
this, like, if she called into, like, a so you have to call HR?
Yes, you
Okay,
would
and,
have to call
do they have,
HR
like
too.
would they be able to see her mobile phone? Let's see, this is 2012. Is
Mm-hmm.
it possible they couldn't even see the cell phone number from which like, would they even take note of that?
No, not necessarily. But they
Right, so
would
she's not calling her office she's not she wouldn't call her boss necessarily. She could call HR, which may or may not have familiarity with her, right? Because it's a big these Reliance things are usually chock a block of people, right?
so if like again it would depend on what kind of work she was doing. If she was calling in like a few hours ahead of time, then she would have to take permission from her boss to take the day off because she has some
Okay,
responsibilities that day. So she would
right.
call her boss and she would call HR. HR would be for the more procedural stuff. Boss would be just to inform so that he's in the loop. So
Mm,
yeah, HR, it's possible may not recognize her voice, but I think because Rahul is saying that she did tell her boss, that she did tell people at work that she would take the day off.
mm.
It sounds like it would have to come from her, so that they could know that it actually is her, and then she did take the day off, yeah, it seems unlikely that somebody else could do it for her and get away with it.
I'm just wondering if the HR person, though, would even recognize or know her voice.
Yeah, they
You know?
probably would not. But it seems
That's
like,
kind of what I'm getting at.
yeah, they probably wouldn't, but it seems like Sheena would have told her boss, who would know that it's her calling.
So that's
Yeah,
something that is a
yeah, it's not
question in
sure.
Rahul's mind, at least.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that was just an important thing because he's questioning it. So it's like, okay,
yeah,
that's a good point, actually. Like,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's surprising that he doesn't know. Am I correct about this? But were they not living together at this point?
I thought they were.
I thought they were too. So
Yeah,
it would be a little unusual that he would not have had knowledge of that. So it
yeah,
really makes you wonder, when did she ask for this day off?
right.
Right.
And why?
Okay.
Oh well.
And what for what? And for what?
Yeah,
And
right.
why?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Okay. So we're together on that?
yeah. In the maze.
Okay. With Mr. Mukerjea.
Yeah. Too many of them.
Yeah, I know, there's too many of them. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
They say which day she took off.
No. It was, a few days ago, obviously. Must have been the first day that she was missing, presumably, right? The first day that she was missing. So,
No, around today's Saturday.
yeah.
Oh, great.
And
So it's Saturday. So if she was last seen on Tuesday, that's
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that's the 4th day, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna keep track of these things.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
the day that
What night did she have dinner with Indrani?
Mm.
what night?
Yeah.
Would have been the night. Which night was it? The dinner.
You and I were both lied to since childhood. We were told, since we were her age, that we had to save up cash.
Yeah, dinner with the evening.
Okay, not dinner, drinks or whatever, or jewelry shopping or whatever it was. What night was it that she met Indrani?
25th, Indrani went to Calcutta, so it was the 24th night.
Okay, so then she must have, if she did inform, then she would have taken the following day, presumably, having had a late night or whatever, and taken it off.
Presumably.
And then since then, she hasn't been in touch. So she works on Saturdays as well, huh? So today is a working day for her. So today is also another day. Today's another day that she's been missing. So.
Right.
What is it? When did she?
No, so she would have taken off on the 25th.
Presumably, huh? I'm presuming what would be the logical thing.
Yeah, presumably.
Wait a minute. Now, okay, wait. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So she took a day off, but no one knows what day that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it could have even been like Friday. Like, so she last was seen on Tuesday. I mean, so in other words, we don't know if she took the very next day off or she had asked for a day in advance. Is that correct?
Yeah, it sounds like what Rahul is saying, that she may have taken the day off the night
The following
before.
day.
The following
Right.
day off the night before. So
No, didn't he just say that it was too late to take it off the night before? So
I thought he
that
said it was
presumably, should we go back?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Hang on to your hats, everybody. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Right.
Just, we've just got to find her wherever she is and see that she's safe.
Somebody at workplace he knows. No, he doesn't know. I mean, how is he
The people from Reliance came and they said she phoned and she took one day off. Or they didn't say she phoned. They said that she took one day off and she hasn't returned since then. It's been several days and they're very concerned. It's very out of her character. So they've taken some personal numbers and details of her family from me, and they're gonna, sort of start their own investigations.
Did they say which day she took off?
No. It was, a few days ago, obviously. Must have been the first day that she was missing, presumably, right? The first day that she was missing. So,
No, now today's Saturday,
yeah.
and the first day that.
What night did she have dinner with Indrani?
What night?
Yeah.
Would have been the night. Which night was it? The dinner she had dinner with the evening.
Okay, not dinner, drinks or whatever, or jewelry shopping or whatever it was. What night was it that she met Indrani?
25th, Indrani went to Calcutta, so it was the 24th night.
Okay, so then she must have taken if she did inform, then she would have taken the following day, presumably, having had a late night or whatever, and taken it off.
Presumably.
And then since then, she hasn't been in touch. So she works on Saturdays as well, huh? So today is a working day for her. So today is also another day. Today's another day that she's been missing. So.
Right.
What is it? When did she?
No, so she would have taken off on the 25th.
Presumably, huh? I'm presuming what would be the logical thing.
Yeah, presumably. No, but if she's taken one day off, but then not. Yeah. How to take that one day off? To take the one day off, to contact somebody on the basis. She contacted people on the basis. You know, contacted me on the basis of that, but she contacted people on the basis. Are you hearing this?
No, I couldn't quite hear what Indrani said.
Neither did we.
Yeah.
Okay. What Indrani said was that she would have taken, if it's a big if,
yeah.
If she's taken 25th off, then she would have spoken to somebody either on the 25th morning,
yeah,
to say, look, I'm not coming into work today.
Correct.
Or
because it would have been too late. It would have been too late the night before to call and inform.
See,
so probably
now you made my point.
Before. Yeah, it would have been too late to call the night before. So on the following day, if she took that day off, then she would have taken that day off, and she would have called from wherever she's called somebody. Now, I wouldn't mind to know who that somebody is that she took, and that she informed that she was taking that day off.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Exactly.
She's got several bosses, Anna. So it's, and then I guess there's a manager and there's a head of department or whatever. Whoever there is, I don't know. So
yeah,
I don't know who she would have informed.
So I don't know. I mean, I really don't know where to start, who to talk to at Reliance, and which number to.
You know what? I'm starting to think of Chris Watts. You know, when he calls the kids' schools,
yeah,
and says that they're not going to be there.
That's really interesting because I think of Rahul as Nicole Atkinson.
What?
Like he raised the alarm bells, right? Just like Nicole.
Oh,
friend. Not Kessinger.
I thought you. Yeah, at first I went like,
not Kessinger.
Yeah, no, Atkinson. Yeah, he's definitely playing that role here.
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting. So it must have dawned on Rahul, even in this conversation, that okay, wait, no, she couldn't have asked for the day off the night before. Now, what's confusing is I wish I knew if the guy was in Bombay for sure, or whether he's out, because I'm wondering why he doesn't know this. That Sheena had asked for a day off, because I would think so. See, that's very confusing, isn't it? I mean, I'm not saying so. It's like one of two things. He's not in Bombay at this time. Which is weird because we know that he dropped her, right, to meet Indrani. And so he must be still in Bombay because she went missing. So I'm just trying to rule it out. So now he's got to consider the fact that she's unlikely to have done this the night before. In other words, he didn't know up until now that there had even been a request.
Right.
Correct?
Yeah.
So that should put more fuel on the flames in his mind. I mean, terrible, analogy, but you get what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
that would start me firing in a whole new way, because it's like, oh wait, when did she ask for this day off?
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't, if she's asking for a day off and there's procedures and protocols, she can't do it the night before, nor can she do the morning of, is what he's trying to say, right?
Right.
So that's confusing and I think suspicious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's starting to get
Definitely.
very suspicious that okay, there's a day he doesn't, he's not even aware of her taking a day off.
Yeah. Definitely.
So if she had done it prior to the day she disappeared or was last seen, he would presumably know about it.
Yeah.
So then that would also beg the question, why would for what purpose? I mean, if this is a person they're sending people home for because she hasn't missed a day of work in 3 years, she's suddenly asking for the day off and her fiance doesn't even know about it, whom she lives with.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, what it sounds like is that to me, it sounds like he's been in Bombay the entire time. If
Exactly, it
he's,
does.
yeah, if he's spoken to people at work, he's gotten that information from them that she asked for the day off on the day that she wanted to take off. And then that raises his alarm bells even more because not only is it out
Yeah,
of,
so do you think he's covering that he's what I guess I'm trying to say is there's multiple ways to look at this moment, right?
yeah,
Is that what has gotten him to make these recordings?
I
I'm
think,
wondering.
it's
Did that
also,
was that just like next level? Like, I didn't even know she was taking a day off, and why would she be taking a day off? And who is taking off a day before they're getting a promotion? Most people try to avoid such things.
yeah, I think it's also like to me, that would have been one of the many factors that would have played into it.
Oh, yeah,
I
definitely.
With the relationship between these guys and she suddenly not turning up after meeting Indrani, and then also the responses that he's probably been getting from Indrani and Peter until he starts recording. I think all of those things would have raised his alarm bells. And also, yeah, like you said, why does she need to take the day off the next day? For what? He doesn't know. Doesn't seem like it's her. So yeah, there's just a lot going on with that whole situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting because, you know, I
Yeah.
wonder if that worked on his brain in the other way, in which is like, she took a day off that I don't know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he's questioning, I mean, obviously this guy's gut is screaming at him, there's something very
Mhm.
wrong here.
Yeah.
If there's a constant, uh, you know, drumbeat that
Mhm.
he's left you,
Yeah.
that information would also work him over, because it's like,
Right.
oh, maybe she does have somebody, like,
Yeah.
so it's really interesting, it's very interesting that, but I'm glad we got some information to kind of sort some of that out.
Yes.
Um, and so he makes the point also of saying that, Saturday's a work day. So,
Yeah.
it's like even today she's
She's
supposed to be
missing
there.
her. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, he's really like for a guy who would, be brokenhearted in any
Mm-hmm.
direction at this moment,
Right.
whether she's missing, that's panic, whether she's taken up with someone else, that's panic, whether she's gone and, these guys have aided and abetted her, facilitated her departure, whatever it is. I
Yeah.
mean, you know,
He's on it.
he's on it.
Yeah.
He's very much on it.
Yeah.
And it, you know, anyway, I'm sure there's more to come. So
Okay.
should we keep going?
Yes.
Okay.
To call to say, look,
But now
who
you
would it
to say
what?
to say what?
No, to say that, Sheila took the day off. Which day was it that she took off? When did she call? And who did she speak to on that day to inform them that she's not coming into work that day? Who was the person she spoke to? unless I know that, I can't speak to that person, no?
I don't know. I can't help you on that, man. I honestly don't.
Yeah, no. Then, so she would have.
Okay, but can I call you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like we're at the end of
Hello,
another phone
hello.
call. Oh,
Hi.
at the beginning of another one.
Hi.
Hi. Actually, listen, two things now.
Okay.
I thought I should give you a quick update on two things. One is we managed to find out who this Mr. Mukerjea is. His name is Mr. Shubhadar Mukerjea.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We also managed to got his telephone number. We have
Okay.
contacted him.
Okay.
And what he has said that apparently on the 25th,
Yeah.
Sheena did inform him that she was going to be traveling and not coming into work. I said, did she take one day leave? More, she said he did not say that he did not. She did not specify that I needed days leave. She said I'm traveling on some personal matter or whatever, so I cannot be coming to work, whatever. That is now, this is something new we have found, yeah.
Okay.
So now he said that, look, my concern is I have got only two concerns. One is all her office stuff is lying there, data is lying there, and she has not officially resigned. Okay, so she has, while she is informed, it is not an official resignation. So it's not that she's not been, and she's contacted him, okay? So my concern was that all my office stuff is lying wherever she's staying. And post that, she has not come into work. So I need, an official resignation for me to take her off the payroll thing. That's it. The rest of it is all your family matters, whatever it is. But in the meanwhile, because I was also asked.
Do you think that they asked him whether...
Yeah.
This is really interesting. Do you think that they pushed that onto him?
Yeah.
And he just said, yeah, we'll have to have, like, it just gave her the procedure? That's pretty interesting. I'm wondering if she introduced that to Mr. Other Mukerjea work guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe anything that Indrani says. So I don't even know if I shouldn't have such strong
Or what
opinions.
they
But
even called him.
if she wanted to influence the narrative by getting to Mr. Mukherjee first, I know she said she was
Clearly.
telling Rahul. Yeah, I know
I
she
think
was
that's a
telling him,
yes.
yeah, like she was telling him that go speak with him, check this out. But she speaks to Mr. Mukherjee, and it seems I can't figure out if this narrative is coming from Mr. Mukherjee or if it's coming from Mrs. Indrani Mukerjea. So no clue. I don't know what to
Right.
believe.
You know what else? Just to kind of piggyback on that.
Mhm.
He got off the phone, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, she could have, you can clearly hear. I mean, for those of us who lived in India, you can tell that that's a call coming in, right?
Yeah.
Even if he didn't say it, we know it, which
Yes.
means they also would have heard it if the call was on speakerphone. So maybe that was a red flag, because this
Yeah.
whole issue of the work day and, when was it was starting to get a little heated, right? Like if there's something to
Yes.
hide here,
Yeah.
he's starting to say, okay, so like you were with her, so that means she couldn't have done it that night. Like he's
Yeah.
starting to put some pieces together.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Interesting.
interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Asking him, because now I'm also beginning to get a little bit concerned because I said, has she contacted anybody? He said that she's not contacted anybody after that. Okay, so what I have done is, because Papa and I were sitting here and thinking that what is the best thing to do. At least see what we want to find out is if she's scared to contact us, she doesn't have to contact us, okay? We need to know where she is. If wherever, at least that she's fine and where she is. That is all. So what we have done, we have, in fact, Papa's friend, Devin Bharti, is the head of crime branch.
Okay.
So we have called him just now, and he said, don't report missing because we know, these. So don't report at this stage. That's all you're interested. We want to know the location, whatever. Let's find out. You give the mobile details. So we have given the mobile details. She wanted you wanted your number details, not to call you or anything,
Yeah.
Basically, who are the last people she has contacted?
Yeah.
Because from that, they can basically get a sense of the location, that if she's still in Bombay, because even from the phone, they can tell. Even if she's pulled out the SIM, they'll still be able to tell.
Okay.
We can still, we know that if she's in Bombay, then we know she's in Bombay or wherever, whether she's in, because I said that she's been, talking about this Nagpur thing. Now, Papa has told me she's told you something else about Nagpur. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Because I had asked her to come, and Papa was sitting there that day when I was talking to her. I had asked her to come to Goa because I'm looking for a property in Goa. I said, why don't you come along, to Goa with me for the district? Then anyway, this Nagpur thing is another new story, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
So now the next step is he's going to, Mr. Bharti is going to.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so they've gone
Where
from
to where?
Yeah, I mean, from where to where?
Yeah. It is neither
So,
here
like,
nor there.
yeah, okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. Only because there's just so many things that just happened.
Yeah.
So she called Mukerjea. Mukerjea gave her the lowdown, said, "Well, I need my, whatever it is, I need my stuff back. If she's not coming back, I need a resignation letter."
Right.
All of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That seems straightforward enough.
Sure.
And, because they got concerned while he was not talking to them and they had a
Yeah.
conversation. Okay. That in itself is pretty interesting. I wish I knew how long the other call was.
Yeah.
Like what the time passage here is.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then now they've called some other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And who's that guy?
Devin Bharti. He's the head of Mumbai crime branch. So he's a big deal. Huge deal.
Okay.
Top
And
cop.
this is over the cops, or this is the thing we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
differences between the different branches, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's like Mr. Big Guy. So
Yes.
they're bringing in the big guns now.
Yes.
Okay.
So they claim.
And right. So this is what they're saying that they have done.
Yes.
And this guy has asked them not to file a report. Seems
Not to
important.
file. Yes.
Not to file.
Yeah.
And that he will go behind the scenes and figure out her last location via her cell phone.
Yes.
Okay. What are we thinking about this?
Yeah, I was thinking about why he would say don't file a report. Why, like if that is likely. I could honestly see both sides of it.
Yeah, I could too.
Yeah.
I mean, it
I
all depends on how you're presenting it, right?
right.
Like if you're calm and cool. I mean, but also they tend to be calm and cool. Like, don't panic yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if we can just locate her
Right.
with her cell phone without having to go through the whole filing a missing persons report procedure.
So, in other words, though, they have connections. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the other thing this tells us, that they can call a guy like that and he's going
Yeah.
to do, I mean, this is kind of like family business, right? Like,
Yeah. He's doing you a favor, basically, if he's trying to locate this kid.
right. So that means you're on a certain kind of, you have a certain kind of relationship where
Yes.
he's like, yeah, let me do, like, hey, could you do us this favor?
Yeah.
My daughter is, or sorry, sister is whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like you said, it depends on how they've played
Framed
it.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they're saying,
Okay.
yeah, we can't find her, we think she's traveling.
But we're a
Yeah.
little concerned because no one's heard from her.
Right. Yeah.
And of course, as you said, this even happened. Like, we're not sure of anything at this point.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now, I hope we get some clarity on the story about Nagpur, because Indrani is definitely trying to say whatever that is. So
It's
it seems
neither
like
here
they're
nor there.
dropping, it's
Yeah.
like dropping something into the mix that suddenly. So it's
Constant.
like, I don't know. and she's suggesting that Rahul knows something else, and there's some kind of conflict of like
Yeah.
different information.
Yeah.
So now I guess we had to hear about property shopping in Goa.
Yeah. No inquiry,
Okay.
by the way, about what Rahul knows, but yeah, okay, whatever. You know something, I know something, whatever. It doesn't
Whatever
matter.
that is, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
doesn't
We've
matter.
done this thing. Forget
Right.
about all that.
Yep.
Let's talk about property in Goa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's see where this goes.
Okay.
to get back to us by tomorrow. And I also told Mr. Shubhadar, I said, let's see, in case he touches base with anyone, then we will see. Then, of course, his concern is only basically from an official point of view. Okay, but he said that I can understand this. I've given him a little bit of background to what is happening. He said, I can see it's a personal thing and I don't want to get involved in all this personal thing. I want an official resignation and I want my things back.
Okay.
So, which is a fair this thing. I said, look, if she gets in touch, I said, she's not been in touch with me, ever since Wednesday, late night she sent me a message and that was it. After that, I have no idea, she's really not kind of been in touch. And I gave the background. I said, look, in fact, the boy has called us and, now we are also beginning to get concerned because there should be someone, one should be in touch with him no matter what. In fact, in between you and me, I called up Mikhail also in the morning. So he's absolutely, I didn't want to alarm or anything, but I just, generally said, look, this is what the background is. And he said, look, she's not been in touch with us for the last, whatever, 1 month, 2 months. Yeah, which is true. I mean, that is a fact that she's not been in touch with, them at all. So there is no way she's going to, contact them. So that is not even a debate. So anyway, so let us, wait to hear what we, hear back from them. But in the meantime,
Yeah, if you've got your guys, your security guys, to sort of find out where she is, then that's the best thing, isn't it? Because at least we can get some,
exactly,
knowledge that she's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That is all we want to know. That, okay, she's somewhere, wherever, if she doesn't want to speak, if she doesn't want to, let them do their homework and let them come back and tell us she's fine. That's it. Or she's there, then we are not kind of killing ourselves, over it, and that is it, really. So, I think that's it. So anyway, let's see. Do you want to speak to Papa quickly 1 second?
No, there's not really much to say.
Hello.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right.
You said, there's not very much to say or something like that.
And she just passes. She doesn't even
Yeah,
give
she's like, I'm off. I've done it. I'm getting off here.
Yeah.
You want to talk to Papa? No, it doesn't even wait for.
Yeah. I just want to get off the phone with you, and she just hands over the phone.
Yeah,
So
like we've done our bit, but before I forgot about this that she said, and we didn't get to it. My mistake there, but she had said something about. Oh my gosh! Now it's going out of my brain again.
Oh no.
Yeah, sad.
There's so much. You can't
There's
blame
so
it.
much that's going on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, yeah, I wish I could remember it. It was kind of a little bit of a weird thing, but anyway, let's press on.
That
What's
she's
that?
giving everybody background?
Well, that is, yes, that's part of it. But there was something
Yeah.
else that she had said that it was a little bit like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all right. There's so much, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
kind
come
of
on.
really, getting interesting. So now she's handed over the phone. Now it's like, we don't know, like, if these guys are like, the phone is on a counter and like it's on speakerphone again. I mean,
Right.
it's confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. So now we're going to hear from Mr. Peter Mukerjea, and
Peter
let's see what he
Mukerjea.
says.
Yeah.
Hi.
Right. So
you heard, I was listening. I was making a cup of tea and I was listening to what Indrani was saying. So we've spoken to a friend of ours, Suren Bharti, who's the head of Mumbai Crime Branch. He's a senior police officer. We've known him quite well. We've known him for a long time. We called him and he's asked for the numbers. So that's what we've done, given him both your number and Sheena's number. And I think they can, through that itself, they can clear back.
Is it which number?
number
Which number have you given him? Her number which is switched
Oh.
off, or her new number which you supposedly
Yeah.
have?
No, the new number we don't have. We don't have a new number.
Okay.
So we only give her the last number that that Sheena only has the one number.
Yeah.
And I presume that's the same number that she sent me that text from as well.
Do you think that was Rahul trying to see whether there was a new number?
Yeah.
Was he just floating it out?
Yeah. Could be.
Could be,
He's
because
not
they went into fast denial about that one.
Yeah. Everything else that
I'm
they've been
wondering
doing.
if he just threw that out just to see. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, good observation. Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's all.
Peter needs his cup of tea.
I kind of got it.
Yeah.
And then add your number. So they can trail back from there as to what the last and most recent activity of that phone number.
Mm-hmm.
They can find out where the phone is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So they can do that through their own whatever technology.
Okay. Cool.
And
So hopefully we'll get to
I don't know how long it will take. I hope so. I mean, it's concerning. As you are concerned now, I was beginning to get a bit concerned because
So now you understand why I was concerned and my concern, right?
No, I do understand. No, I do understand. But I'm giving you the understanding that I have at that point in time. Okay, if my understanding changes, I'm sharing it with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I say to you, listen, I'm assured that she's fine. At that point in time, I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you, I'm assured she's fine. Okay. When I start to feel uncomfortable and I start to feel that no, maybe there's more to this, then I'm sharing that with you too and saying yes, I am a little bit more concerned than I was this time yesterday. So I am. Therefore, we have both. And when I say I am saying both.
Indrani.
We've spoken to Deven just now.
Okay.
And Indrani spoken to Mr. Rahul Mukerjea, found his number, got in touch with him.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
She's spoken to him apparently or contacted on the 25th.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But after 25th has not made any further contact.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Secondly, in that communication with her office people, she did not specify apparently how many days. She just said she needs to travel for some personal work, and she went out of town.
Okay.
So what that out of town means,
hold
I
on.
don't know.
You found this out on the 25th.
I found this out just now by speaking to Mr. Mukerjea.
When did you speak to Mr. Mukerjea?
I haven't spoken. Indrani spoke to Mr. Mukerjea just now after we got his name. Just now.
Okay.
We found out. Well, after I spoke to you.
Yeah.
After I spoke to you, then she called Mr. Mukerjea. We found out his mobile number. We've got his email ID now. We've spoken to him, explained to him the background, and he has confirmed that she's spoken to him or she has communicated with him that she is not going to come into work on the 25th morning.
Okay.
But in that communication, it has not been stated that she's not said 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, whatever. She's not specified a time.
Okay.
You understand?
I see. Yep.
That is so weird. She's not specified a time.
Right.
Who does that? Who does that?
Somebody who's trying to cover up.
Listen. I'm just trying to put the pieces here together.
Yeah.
Who does that? Who calls work and says, yeah, I'm traveling, I got some personal stuff. And doesn't the boss also ask when you're coming back?
Right.
Or I guess if you're calling, no, but the boss confirmed that she spoke with him.
So it sounds to me like it was an email exchange.
Where did you get that?
So hear me out. I think it
Okay.
might have been an email exchange because the way that Peter's saying that Mr. Mukerjea wasn't informed how many days.
Right.
It sounds like it may have
True.
come over email.
Yes.
But also that contradicts with what Rahul has apparently been told by the office workers, that she took 1 day off.
Yes.
So again, it's getting convoluted. How
Yeah,
many
because
days?
we don't know if Rahul, I mean, he seems pretty with it,
Yeah,
but it's also possible that the people coming home really have been sent, and did they get it right?
yeah,
You know, it's very muddled, muddied and muddled.
yeah, big time. Something as
Mm.
simple as how many days, when she took off, just something that simple, or how she took it off, like if she called or if she emailed. They don't even, Peter and Indrani don't say that. They don't say
So,
she
no,
spoke.
they don't say that. It's not
Yeah,
like they asked him. It doesn't sound like they got to the details. So it's
right.
also like that conversation about Sheena's brother. Well, I didn't want to worry him.
Yeah,
I just said this is the situation. But she never says what the situation
yeah. I gave him background.
actually was. I
Yeah,
give him, background. That seems to be
yeah,
the word that
yeah,
that is getting bandied about, like, well, what did you say as personal background, or what background
right.
did you get is not, so it's evasive. It's an evasive word.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay. Odd.
very odd.
And that has happened just now in the last half an hour.
The last half
thing.
an hour. Okay.
Then, in the last half an hour
Yeah.
to Mr. Mukerjea.
Yeah.
And the Mr. Bharti is one who we spoke to in the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
As soon as we disconnected, we called you.
Okay. Well, hopefully she'll turn up. No.
Why don't she turn up, or something will turn up with regard to where she is, or what,
Yeah. Yeah.
what the recent activity from her phone is.
Hmm. Well, the phone has been off
So
since
let's
then.
see.
Since that morning, it's been off.
Darling, but I
So
don't know what technology
there won't
these
be any
guys use,
activity,
right?
but
They can
they can
you
track
know,
it, but they can't.
that is what
No activity as such.
that is what you and I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What information and how the police operate, what level of detail they can access on the phone and whatnot is for them to know. No? They do all these things when they track people who are terrorists and God knows what, right?
Yeah.
They know.
I remembered what I wanted to remember.
Okay.
But I forgot.
Great.
She says this thing of Indrani had said something like if she doesn't want to speak to us,
Yeah. She's
her
scared.
if she's scared or doesn't want to speak to us,
Yeah.
why would she be scared of them?
Yeah. Yeah, that was really interesting.
And she repeated it. Like, as if, why are they so, why are they taking that position?
Yeah.
That, so, I mean, obviously there's some dynamics going on here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
no one's deaf, dumb, and blind enough to not
Right.
realize that there's a lot of dynamics here. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting that she was throwing that out. Like, if she doesn't, and Rahul doesn't even react,
Yeah.
which is also really interesting. He doesn't say, why wouldn't she want to talk to you, or why would she be scared of you?
Right.
So that was the thing. I apologize. Here we
No,
go.
good. That was a good point,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah.
here we go.
Know
Okay.
how to track phone lines and phone messages, and if the number
Correct.
you can put find out what is the most recent activity. So I guess let him do his homework now. He's been informed. He's a friend. He's doing it as a friend. He's going to find out, and he said he's going to get back to us, within the next day or so.
Okay. Cool.
So let's wait. See.
The voice from beyond.
Hello, Rahul.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, hi. In fact, when we spoke to Mr. Shubodol also, just to let you know, because, I mean, I said, look, if she contacts me, I will immediately kind of say she's not been in touch with me, okay? That is the thing. If she contacts me, I will tell her to obviously put a formal resignation, this, that.
Here we go.
But in the meanwhile, I said, what we might do, my husband and myself, we'll discuss and we will probably put in a missing report or whatever, in case she doesn't contact. So he said, you wait for 24 hours because, let's chat tomorrow in 24 hours. He said, that is your personal matter, whatever you all want to do. is your personal matter. Wait for
Wait
24
for another
hours if she
24 hours.
contacts.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, how long has it been now, Indrani? It's been 4 days almost where there's been no contact with her. So why would you want to wait for another 24 hours?
I don't want to wait. That's why we didn't wait. We don't have to listen to him, no?
Yeah.
We didn't wait at all. We immediately contacted. We haven't told him we have contacted. I'm just sharing this with you.
Oh,
Because
God.
what we did is the moment we disconnected, Peter and I chatted that what is it that we do next, Because I also thought of the same thing, that why should we wait for 24 hours? If it is we're going to be found out, let's, find out, and then we are all at peace. Because now, slowly, we are also, both of us are beginning, I am also beginning to get concerned.
Yeah. Obviously.
Okay, I'll tell you that very honestly. Till now, I was not concerned, okay? Till, morning, I said, she's run away, But the fact is, now it has been, like you said, it's been 4 days, at least with someone. I am trying to think of somebody she has contacted, anybody. Okay, who she would touch base with. Now, I don't know any. I know only 2-3 of her friends, Pranay and Pranami and, Sanjana, whom she keeps talking Shok and all these people. She keeps talking about them. Now, beyond that, I don't know any of her close friends also who they are. And sometimes she mentions some work girls and all. Now, I have no idea who this Nagpur fellow is.
Okay.
All we want to know that if there is anything in Nagpur, whatever, is her phone located to Nagpur? Has she gone to Nagpur?
Yep.
Is she in Nagpur? Then, okay, fair enough. Then we let go, whatever, then we take a call. Then we don't have to go around, but at least till we don't know. I myself didn't want to wait for 24 hours, because in fact, when Peter,
I mean,
I don't want to wait for 24 hours or 5 minutes or whatever.
It's already been sort of 3-4 days, so why would you want to wait for another 24 hours to find out?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So
you'd be as concerned as I was at the moment, or as concerned as I am at the moment, having not heard from her for 3-4 days.
Correct.
It's out of character, and that's why the very next day I went to the police station, not anyway.
Yeah. No, so anyway, I have no information.
He went to the police station?
He casually slipped that in there.
He definitely casually slipped that in there.
Yeah.
And her thing seems to be to get back onto the phone to say, don't file a report.
Yep. Yeah. Why is she talking about Mr. Mukherjee at work, saying that wait for 24 hours, but he's saying he doesn't want to butt into the personal matter?
Yeah, exactly. She puts words into that guy's mouth, I'm sure.
Yeah, big time. How does that even matter? It's like anything to dissuade this guy from going to the cops. Like you said.
He's getting worked over.
But I also find this really interesting when throughout, like until now at least, Indrani and Peter seem to minimize Sheena and Rahul's relationship. So Indrani says things like, I know people that Sheena has been in touch with regularly. They don't want to give credence to the fact that Rahul hasn't heard from Sheena. Which I get. Their narrative is that she's going to leave him. But it's like, it doesn't matter what he's saying. I'm going to think about her relationship with these other people that she keeps mentioning she's close to and see if they have heard from her. Doesn't matter what the fiance thinks. It's
very
like such
good point.
Yeah, it's really hurtful. Like, doesn't matter what your relationship is with Sheena. These relationships.
Right. Like as if, why would she call you? But let's just see the person that she's living with and she's engaged to.
Yes.
Let's check with the other friends and see what they're hearing.
Yeah. Really sad.
And it's really weird because when she's saying that whole thing about this one and that one, I mean, you don't even get the sense that, she really has anything like that they're important to her at all. I mean,
yes,
it's like this one, that one. So she's like trying to prove that she is like close to Sheena in some way, that I know her life.
Yeah.
On the one hand.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, it's like, I mean, I'm not even going to get into this now because we've got more to go through, but it's just so bizarre. I mean, this is at this point in time, it's just bizarre. I mean, whether it's a sister or a daughter or whatever. I mean, it's like, yeah, let's, we should, let's find out if any of them hurt, like, let's just find out,
Yeah.
why don't we, like, as if it's that hard to figure out, like, wouldn't that be day one,
Right.
you know? Like, let's just, maybe we'll call them.
Yeah. But she says it. She wasn't
But,
concerned until now.
yeah, she's not, like, on the phone. Like,
Yeah.
we're not concerned. We're not
Yeah.
concerned. We're not concerned. But we're concerned. Like, we hear the sentence, yeah, because we were talking, we were getting, Ma, Rahul, we're getting a little concerned. I'm getting a little concerned.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I mean, I would be anybody,
Yeah.
would have already contacted every friend, been calling around, whatever.
Right.
So I don't want to be premature, but, seriously, in this discussion, but I mean, it's just, she only got back on the phone to say, don't file a report. That was
Right.
that message. And then when he kind of went like, yeah, well, I don't think that's worth listening to. I mean, after
Right.
all, what does he know about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even he said it's a personal matter. It's like round and
Yeah.
round we go.
Yeah.
Like backpedaling, like
Yes.
instantly.
Yeah.
So,
And even
all
that
right.
concern,
Yeah.
the concern it rises in doses, very small doses. I'm a bit concerned. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a little
Yeah.
more concerned.
Yeah. Not enough for you to go prancing off to the police station
Yeah.
concerned.
Tear down the world and find where
I'm a
your
tad
daughter
bit
or sister
concerned.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little. I wasn't concerned at all until today morning, but now I'm a little bit concerned. We're getting a little more concerned. Why
Mhm.
can't you just be full out concerned?
That's a slow drip faucet, man.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
seriously.
Oh,
Yeah. But let's go look, come to Goa.
yeah. Come to Goa, chill with us.
Come to Goa.
Hang out by the pool with us.
Right. Don't go to Nagpur. I don't know what the Nagpur is. Maybe you should go to
Yeah.
Nagpur. I
Yeah.
mean, how many times did she say Nagpur?
Oh,
Oh,
loves
by
to.
the way, I think we should try to talk about, like, what is Nagpur?
Nagpur is a small town, close to Bombay, couple of hours away.
Mm,
It's a small town.
right.
It's a small town.
Yeah. And what's it known for? Like, why would people go there? What happens there?
What happens there?
Like,
I'm thinking like,
it's a hill station,
oh yeah, yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. It's a hill station. It's like I'm trying to think about what I can liken it to in the U.S.
Yeah, I'm thinking, or
It's like,
anywhere in the world, really. Like,
right,
it's like if you're in England, it's like you're going to the countryside. Let's go to
right,
a village.
yeah,
In America, it would be something like, what I'm thinking of is, I'm living in Boston. I'm gonna go to the Cape,
right,
or Maine,
yeah.
or California. We're gonna go to, what is it?
Solvang or
Yes, something like that.
yeah,
Exactly.
small
Well
town.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna like go back in time. And we're
yeah.
gonna, unwind and relax.
Anyway, yeah,
It's a small place. It has a strong tradition. It's got its own like culture happening there.
right.
So,
With
but yeah, I
Nagpur,
mean, how many times did she, like, I mean, let's face it, at this point, this guy's in pain,
yeah,
and she's like, it's like I mean, listen, she didn't have to say it 5 times.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's almost like rubbing it in.
yeah. And out of the
She's
blue,
rubbing it in.
out of
Yeah,
the
out of
blue,
blue, suddenly. So, we're sitting here, we don't know if there've been, like, there's a call not in this recording, or, we
yeah,
don't know where from where that,
yes,
but she did not hesitate to get that in the conversation.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
come on, it's a little weird, like, it's very odd,
It's insensitive to say the least.
very insensitive, very painful,
Yeah,
you know. Does it have a quality of kind of like, without saying it, is there some subtext here of, we told you so? We told you this wouldn't work. I mean, like
Yeah, could be. Yeah, because they were never for the relationship, from my understanding.
right. Yeah. I mean, you kind of understand that there's some strain here
Right.
even before all of this. So, okay.
Yeah.
Starting
Yeah.
to feel very sad.
Me
I mean,
too.
I'm laughing at these conversations because of the absurdity.
Yeah, it's
But,
ridiculous.
it's very sad. I mean,
Yeah.
somebody's missing.
Yeah.
I mean, for this guy, somebody's missing. These guys, who knows? But for him, he
Right.
certainly thinks something's gone wrong. And, it's so absurd that I can't keep from laughing at points at just this absurd
Right.
conversation, you know?
Yeah, you have to convince somebody that your daughter or your sister, whatever it is missing. They don't seem to get
Dude, do
it.
you think I care about whether she submitted her freaking resignation letter?
Resignation. Yeah.
And you're
Why?
already jumping to a conclusion that
Right.
she's just packed up and left, and you're
Left.
not
Yeah.
letting it go.
Yeah.
What are you telling me in these conversation that proves that to me?
Right.
Crazy.
Really crazy.
Really crazy. All right, let's go.
Okay.
God. I mean, I'm sorry, unless there's something else you wanted to.
How much more of her do we have to listen to?
Oh
That's
my
where
God.
I'm at.
That's
But
where we're
anyway,
at.
yeah.
And we're
Let's
early
finish it.
days.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish this up. Let's see.
Okay.
Informed your work people, but we have in the meanwhile communicated and we have started the process.
Okay,
So that you know that way. So if you suddenly receive a call, don't panic. I mean, somebody might just call you to ask, when was the last time she contacted, whatever. I mean, because she's living with you, so they will call you. Okay.
Oh, she said
so don't panic.
she's living with
just
you.
that we have, because now we are also getting a bit concerned. So that's the thing.
Makes
Yeah?
sense.
Okay, well,
And if there is anything, you have my number also, and you have, of course, anyway, this is the number to get in touch with me, and we are both in Goa, and if there is any need, we'll come down to Bombay, whatever you don't, don't worry. Now, see, we've set the ball rolling. We can't go higher than this. We've informed the, head of the crime branch, we can't, and if she's, see, what we basically want to establish here now, for me, the concern is only that, look, I don't know who the hell this guy is from Nagpur, there's some guy with a Bentley or whatever. I have no clue who he is, number one.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, now if,
How many, Indrani, how many Bentleys are there in Bombay?
I
That would
have
be
no
one
idea whether
route
she
to check.
correct.
If it's a guy with a Bentley, then it's probably quite.
Answer, everyone. Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
Not in
Like-
2012.
Not in 2012. Maybe
Right.
5, maybe 10,
And in Nagpur,
and 22 millions. And in Nagpur, like
2, 1, 1, I guess.
0. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only if somebody from Bombay's visiting,
Right.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Bentleys were very uncommon. I know that what's his face? Bachchan. Didn't
Amitabh.
somebody gift him one? Amitabh. Someone gifted him one. That I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I can say that in the many years, I didn't see that many Bentleys. Yeah, Mercedes, BMW. Yeah.
Yeah. Not
2012 was still, less. For
yes.
sure.
Definitely.
Anyway, definitely.
Yeah.
But she's a bit concerned. So,
A bit concerned, yeah.
but not about the stranger who
No.
is her daughter is taken off with. Like, she's not so concerned about that.
Nope.
I mean, it's just like, boy, throw more salt in that wound. Thank you.
Yeah. As if it's very
Right.
like Sheena. Like it's also like character
Right.
assassination.
Well, that's, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
it's absurd and obscene.
Yeah.
It's like, she's
She's
loose.
23. Yeah, she's loose.
Like,
She ran away.
she ran away, like, what?
Yeah. At least the guy's
mean-
rich. He has a Bentley. Like it's like, yeah,
Well,
she ran
no,
away.
it's also like saying you don't have a Bentley. So
Yeah.
she ran off with the guy with the Bentley because you're a
Yeah.
loser. I mean,
Right.
how else to take that one? Like,
Right.
yeah, she dumped you for the Bentley.
Yeah. Oh,
That's basically what she's saying.
yeah.
Like, she's, like, trying to make a statement about his financial, situation, clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I read it.
Yeah.
And she said something else that was anyway, there's too many. There's just
Too
too many.
many.
Too
Con-
many. They're a mile a minute.
yeah.
Yeah, and so now we've got the guy from Nagpur. Let's see where this goes. There's something I'm forgetting that I wanted to say, that was an insight here in the
Okay.
situation,
Yeah.
but it'll come to me. Let's
Sure.
go.
And also, they were supposed to hang up minutes ago, half an hour ago. I feel like they still haven't hung up. It's still the same call. They're still trying to convince him.
I know they're yeah.
Seems
I
like
mean,
the same call.
it's like I don't know why they're like the guy is clearly intelligent. Like they're
Yeah.
repeating, they're repeating, they're repeating.
Yeah. He's not a 2-year
So
old.
yeah, and if we have to come down to Bombay, like if we have to come to
Have to.
Bombay,
Yeah.
like I mean that really was like what
Wow.
you know
Your
like
daughter,
I mean I'm sorry I'd be on a plane already. I wouldn't even
right?
I'd be right there with him.
Would never
I mean he's
leave.
going through this on his own.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And dealing with this kind of I mean obviously going out of his mind. So whatever you think about this relationship,
Right.
would
Yeah.
you not get on a plane even if it's just to comfort him?
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's say she did run away. Let's say she did, take off with the Bentley
Yeah.
and the guy who owns it. Like, no comfort.
No.
Zero. It's terrible.
Quite a good way of finding out.
Yeah,
They can't do many.
which is, some guy with some Bentley and she refused to kind of,
Oh,
which was what the issue was. Okay, that at least tell me who it is, what it is that she wouldn't say. So I'm kind of beginning to find this whole thing a little bit dodgy myself now.
Yes.
And the only reason now I'm putting two and two together, that the only reason she contacted me basically was because she wanted the money. That was the only reason she contacted me.
Okay.
There was no other reason that she wanted to contact me. I mean, which,
Okay.
I mean, now it is, falling in place.
Mm.
So anyway, so now as long as, that is all I want to know also is that she is all right and, that's beyond that, then, even I'm not going to kind of, kill myself over this.
what a phrase.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So if you as and when you get to know
Did he fall
anything, please
asleep?
let me know.
Yeah, of
I'll
course,
do the
I
same.
will let you know.
Try to get rid of her.
I will let you know, and I think that is it. I think for the time being, we just need to wait till this guy reverts back to us.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then we'll take a call. Know what to do next, and yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Take care. Talk to you later, probably.
Okay. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you think?
Okay, here's the official wrap up.
Yeah.
Something smells in Denmark.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that they're like, coordinating the coronation for King Charles.
Hmm.
I mean, this is a pretty simple activity,
Right.
This doesn't take this long to have a conversation about it. Did you hear from her? No, I haven't heard from her.
Right.
Has anyone else heard from him? No one else has heard from her.
Right.
When did you last see her? What did you hear? What, this is crazy.
Yeah. For your own daughter. It's not even like Rahul's fiance that nobody's connected to. It's not like they're just helping him out. This is her own daughter.
Well, at this point, after these set of calls, I mean, one thing is kind of clear. They either know where she is. No, that's just it. Full stop. They know where she is.
You think it
They
could
already know.
don't care?
Listen, either they're aiding and abetting a girl trying to extricate herself out of. I mean, they're so obstructionist. witnessed. Ick.
Yeah.
They're obstructive.
Yeah.
I mean, it took him, so much time to
Yeah.
just get the basics out of what they know at this point. And this is just 4 days later. Now, they haven't apparently had any communication with her except for what, she was saying. Then I think she might have said that she had something from her the next morning also. Rahul, we
Some
know he
text
said,
message. Yeah.
right? Whatever that is.
Right.
So, but in this time period, it's like everything that they've said indicates that they know where she is. Their behavior is that they know where she is. So either they've aided and abetted her
Mm-hmm.
to extracting herself from this relationship, like I was just saying, or
Mm.
there's something else afoot, because this is not how people behave.
Or they don't care. They just don't care.
Yep, I guess we have to put that on the table too. But why are they coming up with any answers then if they
Yeah.
just don't care? Why even pick up the phone? Why entertain him?
Right.
Why say wait?
Yeah. Sounds like there's
Why
no agenda.
why even say, "Yeah, well, we don't know where she is." I mean,
Right.
aren't you her fiance? Like, if you don't really care, okay, so let's pretend you're caring. What things would you say? "Oh, Rahul, we'll support you in whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
We'll help you." Really do like, what I mean is, they could be playing that card, like, "Okay, we wanna appear sympathetic,
Right.
but we don't really care." So then why don't they even sound like that?
Yeah.
Or they just simply don't care, in which case it'd be like, "Yeah, we don't know where she is."
Yeah.
Why do they need to sell them the story?
Yeah. That was my thing from the very beginning. Like, why are you trying to push this narrative? Why wouldn't it be better if you just said nothing because you had nothing to do with it? Even if you did have anything to do with it, just say you don't know anything. Why are you trying to push a specific narrative?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why not just be
Yeah.
basically unresponsive? "I don't know where
Right.
she is. We haven't heard from her."
Yeah.
You know you're her fiance.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't care.
Yeah.
So, it's really puzzling. So if they cared
True.
for her, in what sense?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're behaving as if they already know that she's taken off with some guy,
Or
at the
worse,
very least.
at the very least. Yeah.
So, but it's the kind of thing that's obstructionist too, because it's like, even if they're presenting that as the scenario, right? That she's, done a runner on him,
Mm-hmm.
there's still no answers. Meaning that, he's not asking hard questions.
Not in the least. It's hard for them, but they're not hard questions.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that, Peter, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to understand, but it seems like this is how Rahul has conversations with her father. Like, it does not seem like this seems to be the way it goes. If he calls his father, he's
Yeah.
having a conversation with both people.
Yeah. Yes. No privacy.
No, but that's also, clearly something in which you can avoid a connection with somebody, right?
Yeah.
It's like avoiding the connection. So, it, I guess what I'm trying to say is if they're not pleased with the two of these people being involved with one another,
Mm-hmm.
is it plausible that that is the source of their attitude? I mean, could this be the attitude that you would have, that these two people are demonstrating, if you just wanted to dissuade the person from being with each other? Like, you don't really care about the details, you're just kinda happy something's happened.
Yeah. Could be. Could be.
Is this behavior in line with that?
I think that's a factor. I don't know if that's the only factor.
Right, I mean, would you be then talking about resignation letters and, like
Right. Right.
like, you know, like, if they were happy that this wasn't, working out, why is she trying to get her daughter unemployed? Like
Hell bent on.
let's say she ran away, right? Let's say she took off with the guy.
Yeah.
You don't want her to have a job when she comes back?
Seems like not. She's willing to do the resignation letter for Sheena on her behalf. So I guess not.
So
No
it's like,
regard.
what's that about?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to, you know,
See where it goes.
see where it goes. I really feel like there's a very strange unity in these two people.
Yeah.
There's a unity. There's an agreement. Now, whether it's Rahul's like got a father who's like, who cares what, like she's just a woman.
Yeah.
Like she's just another woman. Just get a
Right.
different one. I don't know, it's not clear.
Yeah.
If it's not really, I'm not sure whether that's what it is, but it's possible. Like his attitude in life is, yeah, you get, you'll get another one.
Yeah. Or do something with
Like
your
a
life.
woman is a woman, so get another one.
Right.
Or do
And so,
something with your life is
yeah.
an interesting point.
Or don't run around
Like
like
we're tired of you and your, you know,
love sickness.
relationships. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to work, get a job, whatever it is.
Yeah. But this whole Indrani angle with Indrani and Peter being one unit, it gives new meaning to Rahul's comment about you're a grown up man too, Pop.
Absolutely.
We see it here all along.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
And he seems to go along with whatever she comes up with.
Yeah. That's a
I
skill.
mean, he consistently backs up whatever she says. So I don't know if that's because there's purpose behind that or that's how
Mm,
this relationship is. It's hard to know who this is like, when you're first looking into the Vallow Daybell case, who ran what?
right.
Who
Yeah.
ran who? Who
So
manipulated
true.
whom?
Yeah.
Who was the master?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be interesting.
Definitely. Oh, I need a break from the Mukherjee.
Indrani,
Yeah. See you
sounds
next time.
good. See you next time. Can't wait to chat
Me
on
too.
our next episode.